talking about businesses taking a stance on social and political issues. We've been joined by a professor of business strategy, Dr. Mark Cohen there at Vanderbilt, and I've enjoyed the discussion. And so, what do you want? What do you think people should take away from what we've been talking about here?
Well, how you wrap this up in just a sentence or two is hard. You know, we're talking about, I could teach courses on this, and I do teach courses, but I think that the important thing to keep in mind, a couple of quick things. One is that the world has evolved and changed, and the role of business in society is changing. And more, I think it's going to continue to grow, the importance of political and social issues from the perspective of businesses. You know, to a large extent, business has been part of the problem and continues to be, no matter what the social issue is. There, you can look at pollution, you can look at guns, you can look at whatever issue you have. There's a business role in creating the problem, part of the problem. On the other hand, there can be a part of the solution. And in a world where government is less and less viable as far as you know, having one consistent view and going forward and compromising and doing things, you know, when you have a free market with different businesses doing different things, I think you can see more and more where businesses have a role. They're being pressured by stakeholders, by employees, by shareholders, by suppliers, and investors. And I think what we're seeing is that they are having a role that government used to play. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think it might, you know, there's other ways that might be better. But if you're going to look at any one business and call them out, ask the question I did about, well, aren't there competitors? Isn't this a free market? And if it's really that bad, won't they lose out in the marketplace? So I think those are some of the lessons, the takeaways. But the most important one, I think, is this generational shift that we're seeing, and that a lot of these issues are really coming front and center to businesses because they have no choice. Because again, their customers, their employees care about it. And I think that's the big takeaway. That's
fascinating. Yeah, and I think some people would be scared by it, but government is potentially less effective. It's more gridlocked, and here's where we are. Fascinating discussion. I really want to thank you for coming on. Dr. Mark Cohen, professor of business strategy at Vanderbilt. Thanks for coming on.
Ben, thank you. I enjoyed it, and thanks to your callers.
You bet. All right, we'll take a break. I'll come back and wrap everything up right after this.